Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another reaction video. Today I'm going to be watching, reviewing, and reacting to Season 2, Episode 9 of Hannibal. Alright, so we've left off again in a situation where Will and Hannibal are caught up in this kind of intricate game of cat and mouse, this dance, you may call it, where they're both trying to somewhat manipulate each other, but also at the same time dealing with their conflicting feelings toward one another, if that makes sense. Whether they really do want to engage in some sort of friendship on Hannibal's behalf, whether Will really is feeling this temptation to, say, commit murder against certain individuals, or whether it's all just a plot, especially on Will's behalf, to try to get the truth about Hannibal out in the open. And as I had said before, I feel like it's somewhere in between. But it's very interesting to watch, and I'm curious to see how it continues to develop going forward, especially after the events at the end of the last episode, where Will almost did kill someone, and Hannibal made the decision to stop him from doing so. Alright, I think I'm gonna just jump into the episode here without taking too much longer in setup. So, here we go. Episode 9.
Expressing that love, our beloved's potential comes true.
Yep. Potential to become a murderer. All I could dream of.
Promised you a record.
You did.
Here it is.
No emotion.
So it's not pulling the trigger that you regret. It's not pulling it effectively. That would be more accurate. You must adapt your behavior to avoid feeling the same way again, Will. Adapt. Evolve. Become. Yes. But I'd kill you. What does that feel like? I felt a quiet sense of power.
Righteous power.
Good. Remember that feeling.
Hannibal.
I tend to walk out of this building in a very similar
Ooh.
state. You must be a patient of Dr. Lecter's.
I'm sorry.
You look familiar. I either know you or I know of you.
I'm the guy who didn't kill all those people.
Ooh. Oh. Okay, that's it. Oh, I thought they were cutting away. Oh. This is interestingly shot.
This threatens to be a violation of doctor-patient confidentiality, so I will tread carefully.
You've seen something like this.
Years ago, I treated a patient who fits the profile. A teenage boy.
And I
Suffered from
pushed him to become this.
identity.
Right?
This boy fancied himself a beast.
During our therapy, he reported at moments of clarity. He understood in that moment he was an animal born in the body of a man. He kept a solitary life. He would hide and behave in ways resembling animal behavior. Life is equal parts counsel and curiosity.
Especially
Said a patient on the
certain
ground,
therapists.
left to wonder where that path will take them. You've come so very far, Michael.
I love seeing these sides of Hannibal where he's just full on him.
That's why I wanted to talk to you about your wonderful progress. Just for a moment. Privately. I'll see what you've done.
What have I done?
You bore screams. Like a sculpture bears dust from the beaten stone. Like crying boy doesn't cling to you anymore. What clings to you now? What clings to your teeth?
Ragged bits of scalp. Trailing their tails of hair like comets.
Beautiful. They're looking for you.
I don't think I can stop.
I don't want you to.
Of course not.
They will find you, Randall. When they do, it's important you do exactly what I say.
Your psychiatrist came to visit me at the hospital for my trial.
Dr. Jim, here.
Oh, there's something he didn't know.
She knew there were others.
Oh,
Fascinating.
I don't think he liked that very much.
No.
Well, he would have.
What do you think about when you think about killing?
I think about God.
Good and evil.
Power.
Good and evil has nothing to do with God. I collect church collapses. Did you see the recent one in Sicily? The facade fell on 65 grandmothers during the special mass. Was that evil? Was that God? If he's up there, he just loves it.
So he's gonna be okay? He brought his body there.
This makes us even. I sent someone to kill you. You sent someone to kill me. Even Stephen.
Oh my god. All right, well, that was quite an episode. That was episode 9. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty panicked, worried at the end there. But you know, that's one of the reasons that I love Will so much, that he'd be willing to do that. He, knowing what's potentially out there, he'd be willing to run out there to save one of his little family. So I assume that everybody's okay. I know there were some wounds on his little body, but he saved him. I was gonna be really upset if one of his dogs died. But whew, anyway, to the episode overall. I really enjoyed this episode. I think whenever you get into kind of the conversations that Will and Hannibal are having, there's uncertainty about exactly how sincere Will is and how much of it is him playing Hannibal, because you have to believe, based on everything that we know about Will as a character, going back to the first episodes, that even though he gets kind of lost in these states, that he finds this sort of thing abhorrent, and after everything that happened, you know, Beverly, Abigail, he's not just gonna want to let all of that go. So you'd have to believe that most of it, this is his attempt to try to figure things out, get all the pieces put into place so that he can catch Hannibal, basically. But there are elements of truth in what he's saying, in him being drawn to these sorts of impulses, to feeling the power and the sense of righteousness, feeling like you're killing bad people. And then you get moments at the end here, though, where he's literally bringing the body to Hannibal instead of just calling Jack, and you have to wonder what is going through his head there. It kind of tries to. I feel like the show is kind of trying to maybe make you think that Will's going too far, but this is all part of his plan. But I mean, I can't be sure. You know, maybe they're gonna go a different direction. But I mean, I'm still of the general opinion that this is Will doing whatever he feels like he has to do, that he's baiting the hook, and that Jack knows, at least to some extent, what's going on, based on that other previous conversation with Jack about the fishing. But we'll see. Like I said, it only works because there's serious elements of truth in what he's saying about how he personally feels, because if he was just blatantly lying, then Hannibal would know. And it only works because Hannibal wants to believe, right? And because this seems to be, this episode just confirms even more, one of the things that Hannibal feels kind of compelled to do, which is to try to push people to develop these impulses, to go in certain directions, to become more than just what he considers to be a basic human relying on these principles of morality that he clearly doesn't uphold or believe in. And because, yes, this whole episode, a showcase of that with yet another patient. And then, of course, all the interactions, not just with him and Margot, but now with Margot and Will talking about it, and Will realizing this pattern, and him putting the pieces together with what he remembers about Bedelia. I also really liked the conversation with Hannibal about that. Hannibal did not expect that to have happened, and he did not, at least to me, seem particularly pleased to have found out that she went and spoke to Will and told him that she believed him. I mean, he knew that she was onto him, obviously, based on the things that she said to him, and that's why he went to try and kill her, but I don't think that he expected that, so that was fun. And just another thing that I really enjoyed about this episode overall was the way that a lot of it was staged and shot. It was really tense during the scenes where he was kind of in his beast form and stalking whatever prey he was going after. Just the way that they slowed everything down and the way they shot things and how it would be coming out of the dark and you'd see just these like snow drifts where he'd be running and stuff, and I just thought that it was very well done and it was very tense. So overall, a very good episode, and I guess next time we'll see what's going to happen in the aftermath of Will bringing this body to Hannibal's house. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So we'll see. I'm curious to find out. But alright, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you have any questions or comments, do feel free to leave them down below. Otherwise, I'll just say thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.